Now, as I mentioned, we have Silas Apollo in our newsroom. Earlier, he had been covering the Africa Anti-Corruption Day, which was held at the Hilton Hotel, and during which we heard from the chairman of the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, Eliud Wabukala, as well as from the CEO, Twalib Mbarak, who says assets worth 2.7 billion shillings, which were purchased from proceeds of corruption, have been reclaimed by their agency in the last 4 months. He also says that the commission has stopped the loss of some 5.8 billion shillings through arrests and prosecution of suspects accused of theft. And Mbarak, as I mentioned, spoke during that particular gathering. Silas Apollo, what else did he have to say?
Yes, Olive. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, of course, says that it has made a lot of strides in the fight against corruption. Remember, EACC has been coming under spotlight and scrutiny from a number of critics who've accused the commission of failing to do as much as it can in the fight against corruption. Of course, this comes after the formation of the multi-agency team, of course, which comprises the DPP, the Office of the DCI, and the Attorney General, and quite a number of stakeholders have come through. But EACC has been accused of failing to do as much as the multi-agency team has done in terms of fighting corruption and also coming up with cases that lead to convictions. A number of cases that it has prosecuted in court, most of them have collapsed. You remember the NYS1 saga, of course, which raised a lot of concerns and cast a lot of spotlight on EACC. So today they were saying that they've done quite a number of things. One of the things is that they've recovered a lot of assets, around 2.7 billion shillings in the past 8 months, which they say is quite a stride compared to around 1 billion shillings that they recovered in over 1 year ago. So it's quite a number of things they've done so far. The commission chairman, the commission CEO, of course, raising a lot of concerns in terms of the challenges they've faced in terms of also recovering assets. Of course, the recovery of assets is not a new thing. It's something that has been existing in law, but has not picked up as much as it has, of course, after President Uhuru Kenyatta joined hands with ODM leader Raila Odinga after the handshake, which led to a more spirited campaign against corruption. That is when the assets and recovery team became more vibrant and more committed towards recovering assets. And the reason why EACC says that they've been doing the assets and recovery more is because they say that prosecution in courts take a lot of time to prosecute cases in court. Not just that, also there are a lot of issues in terms of bringing evidence together. And so the assets, recovery of assets is a more easier way and a more convenient way of ensuring that those who steal from the public coffers are not able to enjoy the things that they steal. But there's also a number of challenges even in terms of the assets and recovery. One of them, they say that the law as it is, some of the laws involving the recovery of assets has not been as conclusive and comprehensive enough. And so they want those strengthened. Of course, the chairman also talked about a collaboration with their stakeholders from other states in Africa in order to be able to recover assets that have been stashed in other countries around Africa. You remember EACC signed a pact some time back with the government of Switzerland where it has been said that a lot of government employees and government staff and former government officials have been stashing their stolen wealth. That led to the recovery of some millions of shillings. So they're saying right now they're also looking forward to partnering with other African states to recover the assets. But in terms of the challenges that they're facing, they say they're quite enormous challenges. And of course, the CEO of the EACC, that is Twalib Mbarak, talked about some of the challenges. And this is just what he had to say about what they're thinking of the way going forward.
Current framework of Wealth Declaration, that is the declaration of income, asset, and liability, right now is very opaque. It lacks transparency. And the accessibility by law enforcement is quite cumbersome. Sometimes even the suspects go to court. By the time you win the case of accessing the wealth, you have spent 1 year on that. So we are seeking amendments of the law in order to automate the management of the declaration of process and enhance accessibility by the enforcement agencies.
Yeah, but just another point, Olive, as you can remember, the war on corruption has been facing a lot of challenges here and there. Of course, those who perceived to be corrupt have been accusing the government, of course, of politicizing the war against corruption. So it's a debate that has divided both it has divided a lot of people in the political realm, but it's also something that Kenyans are looking so forward to. The Building Bridges initiative, of course, spoke about it some time back, and they're saying that in part of the counties that have been visiting, part of the memorandum and the views that Kenyans have been expressing is that they want corruption to be strengthened. They want assets that have been stolen by those who are perceived to be corrupt to be recovered back. So it's something that is still an ongoing debate, whether the EACC will continue to speed up and continue to do more in terms of recovery of assets. That's something that we're looking forward to. We hope that it will work forward and work towards strengthening its image and, of course, restoring the public trust that has been lost over the years. Back to you, Oli.